they watching, I'ma make them sweat. Put your money down, place your bets. Degenerate, yeah, I'm a sicko. Who else gon' get you to the window? I know they watching, I'ma make them sweat. Put your money down, place your bets.
Welcome to Graybo's Giblets, part of the NoOffseason.com sports card network. We're out here dropping giblets. I'm your host, Graybo, joined by always Denny frickin' one time and Fitzy baby. You just like to be called Fitz, to break down the Week 11 NFL slate. Boys, how we doing? How did we do last week?
There is no off season.
It's great to be part of the network.
Love them. And remember, you can go on Whatnot, get $15 on Whatnot by joining through whatnot.sportscardstrategy.com. Yeah.
Clarity, is that on Whatnot?
But once you're on Whatnot, it's fine to use Paul's link instead of ours. I want Paul to get that money, and that's fine. I love Paul. But once you're on, give Graybos a follow.
I like it. On Whatnot. Whatnot. All right, let's go to the board. How did we do last week? To recap, Denny 2-1. Nice Cowboys. You were all over that. They smashed. The Raiders, great pick. The Colts in Germany, not what we thought. The under for Fitz and Gray, Pats and Colts hit. But then me and Fitz went cold with the Ravens, Jags, Seahawks, and Bills, all L's. So overall, Denny, you're 14-16. Fitz, you're 18-12-1. And I am 18-13.
Got a game back on you boys.
You did, but still under 500.
I'm struggling in Europe, man. I'm killing it. It's just bad in Europe.
Stay away. But this week we don't have any Europe games. So, Duke, give us your 3 best plays of the week.
Yeah, I like the Rams at home, laying a point. Quarterback got another game under his belt. Seattle hasn't won many games over against good teams and not teams on the road. I don't think the Rams are necessarily that good, but it's a regression spot for Seattle, and the Rams need a win, and they're at home. So give me that. So I'm trying to think if I'm still on this game or not. Is the Raiders getting 13? That's my pick for now. I reserve the right to change it by the end of this podcast.
Sure.
I just think it's so many points. The Dolphins have been blowing out the blah teams, and the Raiders have won 2 games, but they're still kind of a middle of the pack team at best. The third pick I do like is the Texans. So I have kept thinking C.J. Stroud's going to cool down, and I just think C.J. Stroud's a good NFL quarterback. And they're playing a bad Cardinals team and laying 5. And give me Houston.
I like it. I mean, Rams, Seattle, division game. That's always tough. Yeah, I'm kind of with you with the Raiders. You might want to change that, but they're playing for something, man. That new interim coach, they love him. Anything to get McDaniels out of there, they're back. Fitz, who we got?
Yeah, if you listen to the college football show, I picked West Virginia last week. I think I made a worse pick on the NFL show with the Jaguars against the Niners last week. So that was an emotional hedge. Bet quite a bit on the Jags, and I got a funny story about how I covered all those losses. I put a four-leg parlay in, just money line, for the Buccaneers, who won. Shout out Hudson, attending his first game. To see a win.
Awesome.
Vikings tried to blow it to the Saints. They won. Steelers barely got by the pack. And the Ravens, who were up by 14 and blew it to the Browns.
Oh, my.
Despite missing that extra, the Browns missing the extra point, but lost in either at the end or in overtime. I can't remember, but it was a plus 775 parlay, and I ended up cashing it out at plus 450.
Let's go.
Because I was actually scared about the Steelers. Because Jordan Love, anytime Jordan Love has the ball in his hands and he's driving, you get anxious. So I cashed out. And
he strikes fear in men's heart.
I mean, immediately once I cashed out, the very next play was the interception.
The interception touchdown, Browns.
That's just a Fitz mush.
That was perfect.
There's nothing better than cashing out a losing parlay. that's a rush. So, yeah, covered, basically, long story short, I covered all my Jags losses. This week, I'm going to take the Niners Bucks over 41.5. Niners might be able to get there by themselves. There is some issues with the defense, despite Wilkes coming down to the field and what a difference that made. I still think the Bucks can get some points on them. So 41.5 there. With Denny, Rams +1. It's actually getting a point against the Hawks. Matt Stafford is back. Carson Wentz is back.
Let's go.
Let's roll. And then this one was almost a lock, but it's the Steelers. I don't like the Steelers. I don't think they're very good. I don't think Kenny Pickett's very good, but they're getting a point against DTR. No Deshaun Watson, no Nick Chubb. I think they're missing a couple tackles still. Defensive game. This is a 30-point total. It makes you. I want to take it. I want to take the under. Those are so fun. This might be 13-6. So those are my three, Greg.
Love it. That is going to be an ugly game. Ugly. DTR.
Not good.
Deshaun Watson, Denny. Not good for cards either.
No.
Nothing to say, just no. All right, for me, I'm getting it's just the lines are getting sharper and sharper. So I'm getting a little weird this week. I actually looked at first half lines. That's how deep I went. And the Cowboys are -6.5 against the Panthers first half. I love that. I think they come out. And 10.5 for the game. Thought that might have been a little too much. Panthers are they're just a hard team to read. I know they'll lose. So I do like the Cowboys first half -6.5. I'm going to the Rams Seahawks game too. And I like the over in that with Stafford back. Geno slinging it last week. It was a good DFS play for us. Over 46. There were some where you could get 45.5, 45. I missed it, but I still like 46, so I'm going to take it. And then I'm going back. I'm going back to the Bills. Bills -7. It's just so weird. The Bills are bad. Bills are bad, and the Broncos are back. The NFL is tough to bet. But the Bills -7 against the Jets. I mean, the Jets are still playing Zach Wilson, right?
Right.
Okay. So, Bills fired Dorsey. Bounce back. Offense, get it together. Josh Allen needs a win for the sake of Diggs as well. They need a win. They're going to get it. They're going to get it. So, Cowboys first half. Rams, Hawks, over. Bills -7. So, going different everywhere. All right. Graybos get 10% off any purchase at graybos.co by using the promo code STRATEGY2023. That's all lowercase in strategy, the number 2023. Best prop bets of the week. Prop City. Duke is 4-7 overall. He said he wanted that Derrick Henry over 65.5. Dance with the one who brung you, Denny, is what you said. Well, she ugly. Big loss. Only got 20 rushing yards from my man, Henry. How are we going to bounce back? You going rushing yards again with someone?
Yeah, why not? Josh Jacobs, over 62.5 yards against the Dolphins. That's all I got for you.
When we get to props, Denny's like, God, can we just get through this? Fitz, overall 5-6. Deontay Johnson, 1 catch. This is a Pickett problem, I think. So the over 60.5. 60.5 definitely was a loser. So I'm sure you're going to go a different direction this week.
Yeah, this is a bummer. 5-6 in props. This is what I take pride in. I know I'm not a huge NFL side better. So like the locks, I can see we'll get to that, how bad I am there. That really is a fade for me. But I got to bounce back here. I got to get to even. Go with my guy CMC over 30.5 receiving yards. He's gotten there each of the last 3 weeks, and he can easily break 30 on one play. So I think that one should cruise.
I like it. All right, myself, 6-7 overall. Keenan Allen over 79.5 was a winner. 11 receptions, 175 yards, and 2 tutties. What a game for Keenan. So I'm going back to over receiving yards with Amon-Ra St. Brown, who's been a legend in fantasy this year for the Lions. Over 84.5 against the Bears receiving yards. Predicted to get about 100. I think it was like 99, 98. So I like that over. It's Goff's main target. He's going to get at least, 10 to 12 targets every game. So let's break one for a big gain and get over 84.5. Let's do it. DFS. How'd we do last week? I don't even remember.
We had some moments. Not a net positive week, but we cashed some tickets, but we overall net slight loss.
Slight loss, but it's better.
We had the right dudes. We were big on Amon-Ra, Dak.
Yeah.
It wasn't a contest issue, was it?
Did you play my core in the right contest?
Uh-oh.
I did exactly what you said.
He played my core in $20 contest with 1 million people in it.
I played your core multiple times in multiple contests.
I wanted it. I had Dak, Ferguson, and I think Lamb. Touchdown.
Gray loves to enter games of chance with a strategy, and when the strategy goes wrong, like I said, point at the thing that we all agreed to. That was dumb.
You have to.
Nah, I'm just giving it.
Like hitting on 13 and you bust. We're like, man, why'd you do this?
We had some highs. Dak's been awesome. DFS Singletary, we did have some Singletary value in there. I'm in Amon-Ra were the highs. The lows on me. I threw ETN in there. Mixon, he stinks. The running backs we had trouble with, and the running backs are tough this week. We got to get it right. We have to limit our field, I think, this week with running backs and just do it right. And it might just be McCaffrey. Lock him in. It might be. But let's start with quarterback. Who are your plays this week, Denny?
I'm looking at Tua at 7,700, 13-point favorite. Their favorite to score some points. I like CJ versus the Cardinals at 7,000. And then, I might just dabble with a little bit of Kyler at 6,100. Why not?
Love it. I have 3 guys, and I'm only playing these 3. Stroud, I'm going to play heavy against the Cardinals. He looks great. Tank Dell, stacking with Tank Dell. Nico Collins is back. Even Dalton Schultz has been good. Robert Woods with some value, so he has some weapons. It's a good stacking game because then you can run it back with McBride at tight end for the Cardinals. You can run it back with Hollywood Brown. This is a good stacking game. And then, on the other side of that, I'll have some Kyler too. Flip-flop Stroud and Kyler. Kyler looked good. He was running around like crazy. He looked good. And then I love Geno. Geno had a great week last week. Still get a good value on him. High-scoring game. The over is 46 against the Rams. And then because I just love his offensive targets. So, and I don't hate Tua, but I like these 3. So I'm sure we'll play. Those 4, that's who we're playing. Don't go away from the plan and start playing DeVito.
I'm pretty sure I'm not going to play any of the DeVito.
Low ownership.
Tommy, Danny. There you go. Yeah.
There you go. Low ownership.
All right. The price would have to be to play Tommy DeVito. He would have to be $700.
$700, and then you just get every single superstar.
Right.
And you still don't cash because he gets a negative passing yards.
He gets 4 for 8 for 12 yards.
He's terrible. Running back.
So at the running back position at the top, I think there's a lot of you're going to take McCaffrey or Eckler. Not sure. I think we're going to have a little bit of both. Towards the middle, like I said earlier, I like Josh Jacobs. And then Singletary, still 5,300. He performed well for his price last week, and hope he does the same.
I am locked in on McCaffrey. I think it's a smash play. I know how much he is, but you're going to need him this week. If you want to go and get some value, Singletary is going to be very, very popular, but great value play. I believe Pierce is still out. I don't know, but if Pierce is back, we can fade that. I like James Conner. The Cardinals-Texans game is a really good game to go get pieces. And then some other ones you can fit around. Like if you play McCaffrey, you gotta look at some value. Is Chuba Hubbard, Panthers, and then Brian Robinson for the Commanders, who just seems to score every game, is pretty low. And the Commanders play the
Tommy DeVito Giants.
The Giants,
right?
So ugly. It could be an ugly game, but it also could be a game that makes you some money in DFS for sure. All right, wide receiver, Denny. This is where you make your money.
So I like all 3 of the top guys: Tyreek, Amon-Ra, and CD. I'm a big Amon-Ra fan. He might be my favorite receiver, but I also think it's Tyreek. Every 2 or 3 weeks, he just blows up, and again, they're 13-point favorite. He will likely find the end zone. But CD, it's hard to pass up on him. The Cowboys' offense is just clicking. the last 4 weeks. Even in the loss to the Eagles, the offense played well. And then if you're going a little cheaper, I think you can stack either Hollywood or Michael Wilson with Kyler. They're both pretty cheap, and I think both project pretty well this week.
Yeah, just Hollywood. Every time we play him, he gets like one freaking catch. He's like 20 yards.
Tony Pollard and Hollywood.
His value is so good, but he kills us.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of done with him, but you shouldn't be. Is the thing. Like, it's crazy.
At $20,
he's like freaking Tony Pollard, dude.
Yeah.
His values are just smashes. They should smash, but they don't. So I do like Wilson though. I mean, he's like 3,400, and he definitely could get a touchdown, and you cover that value. I like Garrett Wilson, even though it's the Jets. But it's just he gets every reception. He gets like 8 receptions for 70 yards, and that's decent for what his price is. Maybe he sneaks in the end zone. Love Take Dell this week. Love St. Brown. I think St. Brown is a lock for me. Somehow, I just want St. Brown and McCaffrey in every lineup. I know that's hard, and you just kind of have to build around that. And I don't know how you do it.
Tommy DeVito.
Yeah, but that is what I want to do somehow. And then I really like DJ Moore with field to back. I really do. He is a guy that can get you 10 receptions. It might be 10 receptions for 40 yards, but in PPR, that's what you want for his price. His price is below 6,000. Like, he's a great play this week. And then to go into that, I'll go into tight end. Cole Kmet is the other receiver Fields looks for. They're the only two that catch anything. Like Darnell Mooney maybe gets like 1 or 2 catches. But Kmet, I think, is the number 2. And tight end is tough this week with no Hawkinson, right? Hawkinson on Sunday night, so you don't even get him. You don't get Kelsey this week. Mark Andrews was Thursday night, and he got hurt. So you don't get any of the big tight ends. So you really want to go low here. And so if you want to go high, it's Ingram. McBride is high, like 4,000 is high for him. I think it's like 4,300 or something like that. But those are my top 3. But I would just, whatever quarterback, like if you play Geno Smith, find the Seahawks tight end. Was that Noah Fant? And just stack them in. All right. Denny, who do you got at tight end?
Yeah, I'm on McBride and Ingram as well, and we'll sprinkle in a little bit of Sam Laporta.
He's expensive. He's probably the most expensive tight end this week.
He might be the best as well.
He's 5,800. He's the most.
That's a lot.
No. Kittle. Kittle's 6,400. Then Laporta, 5,800. And the next guy's 5,000, Dalton Schultz. I mean, tight end is ugly. I know a guy you can go to if you want to save some money. 2 guys. Do you know who they are?
Ferguson.
No, because Ferguson's still 46. Like under.
God. He's 46?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Under 4, yeah.
Who are you
Logan Thomas is only 3,700. It's not terrible.
Speaking of people that sometimes get 0 catches.
Right, but not terrible. Can get hot.
Yeah.
And I really like this Luke Musgrave guy for the Packers, 3,600.
Yep. Sounds like those 2 country singers.
Noah Fant is 2,900 for Seattle if we want to play Geno.
Wow.
But his projection is terrible. He stinks. All right. Those are our DFS picks. We're winning some. I feel it. Denny, you've entered a contest yet?
This is my reminder to do it, so I'm on it right now.
Denny is locked in today.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you, just locked in. You feel interested today, Denny?
Do I feel what?
Are you interested in this podcast today? You giving Fitz grief over there?
Listen, I always value my time with you two. I always value my time.
All right. Denny's ready for lock of the week. That's what he's ready for because he's 6-4 and he's back with the Cowboys winning at -17, big win. And then the other 2 losers, me and Fitz, I had the Bills -7. The Bills are terrible. They're bad. What is going on? But it's still 7-3 overall.
Some viewers may find the following disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Fitz 2-8 overall. It's just a flip-flop from college. The Titans Bucks over 39.
Second lowest scoring game of the week.
But the flip side of that is you always say it.
It's a fade.
Fade me, and you make money. You'd be 8-2 if you fade Fitz.
George Costanza.
We should call this segment Lock of the Week and Fade Fitz. Love it. All right. Fitz is also in Survivor. He's rolling. He took Cowboys last week. A lot of teams he has used. It's going to be interesting to see who he takes this week.
This is a very interesting week in Survivor. I look forward to hearing.
It's gonna be fun.
It's going to be fun. We getting weird?
I mean, there's no obvious spot,
But there's some huge spreads.
And most of the huge favorites are on the road, or they're
or we've already used.
We've already used them. Yeah,
Denny,
that noise, if you want to know, is great as mangling the microphone.
I like to hold it like I'm a singer.
Sing for us.
All right, my lock of the week. I was between two games. The two games I was thinking about were either the Rams or the Texans, and I just think I trust the Texans a tad more. With Kyler back, are the Cards better? I guess they're better, but not proven yet. So I think this is a fate of the Cardinals still, with a vote of approval for CJ is really this bet. So give me the Texans.
Did you think at the beginning of the year you'd be sitting here in Week 11 saying, "I trust the Texans"?
That's what I was about.
No, they probably like third worst team, like projected, something like that.
But they've been a wagon for me.
Yeah,
I've been taking them a lot this year in locks when they were dogs. Now they're favorites by 5.
Great coach, great quarterback.
Great coach. Where did he come from?
San Francisco.
There you go. All right, for me, I'm getting weird. Little teaser lock for you.
You're teasing me. Naughty.
Who's riding?
Okay.
All right, little teaser lock. Bills -1. So that's just, I need to win. Cowboys -4.5 against the Panthers. Dolphins. This is the tough one. The last two are tough. Dolphins -7 against the Raiders. I think they do that. Vikings getting 8. Vikings getting 8 against the...
Wait for it.
Sunday night.
Line. Broncos.
The Broncos getting 8 against the Broncos. Who would have? I thought Sean Payton was going to get fired. Is this the best coaching job ever? Gone from the worst to the best?
It's something. After week 3 or 4, would you think they basically a game back of the Bills? I mean, that's wild.
Wow. Plus 260 is this teaser. It's a lock.
Lock it up.
Fitz, give us your lock, and then we can't wait to hear your Survivor pick this week.
Yeah, I was with Denny. I was waffling between two, and the one I did not pick was also the Rams, mostly because of my record, and I didn't want to mush the Rams. I want them to win. So I'm going to go with the Bolts Chargers -3 at Green Bay. It's a short line. They're on the road, I understand, but I don't like Green Bay. I don't
like their face.
I don't like their face. I don't like the way they talk.
You were scared enough to cash out when Jordan Love was driving.
Yeah, I was joking. So take, as we noted earlier, please, everybody, take Green Bay. Survivor. I'm going to go to a team that knocked both of you out back in week 3.
Yep.
The Jacksonville Jaguars against the Titans. I honestly was thinking about the Commanders because they're playing our boy DeVito, but the Giants are weird and they always play the Commanders tight. So I'm just going to stay away from that game. I would just be so mad at myself if I lost Survivor because I picked the Commanders. So
I feel you. I feel that.
I'll lose with the Jags, and so be it. So give me Jacksonville.
All right. Denny, as our Graybows Survivor team, we're in a big one team left. Do we have any?
We have Washington.
Do we have any? We don't have Jacksonville?
Let's see. No, we've got the only available favorites we have are Washington, Houston, Chargers, Denver.
Do we take Houston, boys?
Houston is at least at home, right?
CJ Stroud, we believe.
Say Rams could be an option there.
Ooh.
Taking a dog as your Survivor. That's
ballsy.
It's going to be.
It's +1. It's not exactly like
to pick them.
Yeah, so we've taken Jacksonville, Philly, San Francisco, Kansas City, Miami, Buffalo, Seattle, Detroit, Cleveland, Dallas. So there'll be a lot of people in our boat that have already taken the Cowboys, for example, and the Dolphins.
A lot of people getting knocked out this week. All right, let's move on to cards and talk a little bit about that. But before we do, save 20% after a free 14-day trial by visiting marketmoversapp.com and use the promo code NOOFFSEASON. Market Movers is awesome when tracking your cards. The NFL season has kind of been disappointing for cards, with a lot of quarterbacks not performing very well. Their records are showing that, and freaking injuries.
Yeah, low-scoring games, injuries. Thursday Night Football and Europe games, I think, are just bad. It's bad.
I said that last night. Yeah. Andrews and Burrow go down. Burrow could be, it did not look good.
Yeah, it really sucks for the Bengals and for Burrow's card market, because he was hurt the first couple of weeks, was playing, but playing hurt, and they weren't playing well. He starts getting healthy. They're coming back. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with, and now he's out, don't know how long. And also the Mark Andrews injury, which happened last night, out for the season, which is a bummer, not just for him, but like for the Lamar card market. And as you know, we have a big Lamar, and the Ravens were really on this track to make a dent in the playoffs, and they still could, but that hurts the Ravens a lot.
Definitely best offensive weapon.
OBJ looked good.
Yeah. OBJ. Good. Zay Flowers is now going to have to step up. So
that was a tough touchdown that got brought back. Did you see that?
I was asleep.
Can I say that I have Gus Edwards on 2 of my 5 fantasy season long teams, and he is talk about a touchdown machine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's all he does.
That's the best surprise I've ever had is Gus Edwards. I don't think I drafted him in either. I think I just picked him up after week 2.
Yeah, they just trust him in the red zone. They hand it off to him. Yeah. Anything else to add?
I would just say that we're big, we're deep on Josh Allen and Justin Herbert card wise, and both are in like a must win week. I think both are favorites. The Bills are at 500. The Chargers are a game under 500. That both of these guys, if they want to make a playoff run, they need to get their shit together. So I will say that Herbert's been playing well. They just it's the Chargers. Josh needs to get the Bills going.
Josh has been bad. They make terrible decisions. Herbert's been great, but the Chargers defense is the worst in the league. They're freaking terrible. So they always blow games.
This stat, the stat you hear about Allen this week, I'm sure you've seen it 1,000 times. He's led the league in interceptions 5 years in a row now. That's not good for his card market. It really isn't. And when he's not throwing an interception, he's just not careful with the ball still. You saw the handoff where he just dropped it, ran the guy's belly. You just can't do that, Josh.
And he doesn't get down, doesn't slide, get out of bounds. He makes bad decisions. But I love him.
I still
love you, Josh.
I still look forward to watching him every freaking week. I do. I love it.
All right. Well, that's going to be all for today. Good luck with your bets. Thanks to our listeners for riding with Graybos, and be sure to tune in next time. Please leave us a 5-star review on any channel that you listen to us to. Be sure to check out GraybosGiblets.com for all of our information, links to our Discord, etc. We out.
We're part of the NoOffSeason.com Sports Card Network. Giblets.
When I go to sleep, I don't see sheep, see dollar signs. $100 got him beat the eyes for the 100th time at a money line. Brock Purdy was irrelevant, now I'm at the front like a cutting line. G5 to the power 5, Grable's on fire like it's summertime. I know they watching, I'ma make them sweat. Put your money down, place your bets. Degenerate, yeah, I'm a sicko. Who else gon' get you to the window? I know they watching, I'ma make them sweat. Put your money down, place your bets. Degenerate, yeah, I'm a sicko. Who else gon' get you to the window? We ride, we ride, we ride. You riding with a shit. We ride, you riding with a shit. We ride, we ride.